Yeah, you legit gotta forget others, like you legit gotta forget others, What does Ramana Maharshi say? Like, there are no others, like there is no others, right? Um, you gotta forget others, like you gotta forget others, like, um, you know, and there's another quote, right, which is like, all problems, right, are interpersonal problems, right? Psychologically, like psychologically, right? Like all problems are like interpersonal problems, right? So you gotta be free of others, you have to be free of others. You can't, this isn't keeping up with the Kardashians, like it's not keeping up with the Kardashians, like, we're not keeping up with the Kardashians here, like we're not keeping up with the Kardashians here, like, you gotta forget people, man. You gotta forget others, right? And you gotta dial into your mission, You can't be focusing on others, Focusing on others, right, is a recipe for disaster, Um, unless you have to interact with them, right? Unless you have to interact with them, right? I'd say like focusing on others is like a real detriment to you, Because what do they say, right? They say winners focus on winning, right? Losers focus on winners, So you can't focus on others, You gotta focus on yourself, right? You gotta pour into yourself, right? You gotta love yourself, right? To the point where, good meets bad, To the point where good meets bad, That's the degree you have to focus on yourself, And yeah, you can't focus on others, So, that's a thing that the algorithm pumps, right? The algorithm pumps like this like obsession with other people, right? It's always showing you what this person's doing, what that person's doing, right? But I'm telling you, man, like that's what keeps you stuck, The distractions, like the distractions is like what keeps you stuck, And you just gotta let go of others, like let go of others completely, man, and because other people are into weird shit, bro. Like, other people will make you fucking weird, bro. Like, other people will make you fucking weird. Like, you know what I mean? Like, other people will make you fucking weird, man. Like, because they'll have some like weird idea, right? And then they'll say it, right? But like, they're the ones with the, attraction, right? They're the ones with the magnetism, right? So like their like weird little idea, right, will like seep into you, right? And like you'll just become like a fucking weirdo, Like but what do you call it? You call it bullying, right? What do you call this shit, Like bullying? Like do you call it what do you call it? Bullying? Do you call it like bullying, Did little Finley put gum in your hair, like what do you even call it, like but look, man, forget others, like forget others, like winners focus on winning, losers focus on winners, right? And I've been focusing on a whole lot of fucking losers for too long,